welcome to another episode of the Retro Cellar, where today we'll be covering this curious little item, which is known as the Atari 2600 Tiny Arcade, which bills itself as the world's smallest fully functional desktop console. Fully functional, not entirely sure based upon the size of this thing. It says it has a high resolution screen on it, which is actually 1.5 inches. Don't quite know how, high resolution that's going to be. Comes with 9 games and 1 bonus game. I don't know why it just doesn't say it has 10 games. But the games it has on it are Breakout, Tempest, Centipede, Combat, Pong, Warlords, Asteroids, Missile Command, Millipede, and the bonus game being Pac-Man, making it 10. It's produced by a company called Super Impulse for Atari. Runs on 3 AAA batteries. Really don't know what else you can say about it other than, taking a look at it. I actually haven't opened it up yet or looked at it at all. So why don't we tear this apart, play a couple games on it, and see if this is something that you would be interested in adding to your collection. Alright, here we have the box. As you can see, it's a nice colorful box. As you can see, it says world's smallest Atari 2600 Tiny Arcade with 9 games, bonus game being Pac-Man. Here's just pictures on the back, list of the games that I already mentioned. And that's pretty much it. That's a box. So let's open this puppy up and see how tiny this is in our hands. Should be a little interesting. It's actually kind of neat the way they make the inside of the box look. Looks like an old 70s house with the shaggy carpet and the paneling. Panel looks a little bit like the house I grew up in, but, I'm an old fart. So why don't we rip it out of here? So, not that this thing's going to be worth any kind of money, to a collector. But if by some chance you were interested in keeping the box, they don't make this very easy to remove the item without destroying the box in the first place. So if you want to keep the box, then don't open it, which makes it pointless to even have it other than to look at it in the box. So there we have it. There it is out of the box. The Atari 2600 console, world's smallest. It's cute. A little bit of novelty is all I can say that this is going to probably be good for. But here's how small it is in my hands, obviously. The controller is ridiculously tiny. I don't even know how good it's going to be to play it. Or even which hand I should choose, to be honest with you. But this is the console itself. Looks like it's somewhat functional as far as this button is concerned. Here's the little power cord, I guess you could say it is. And the TV itself, which has little legs on it that I opened up. It looks like it came with the batteries. So there's the tab to remove to make it operational. Looks like it has one little mono speaker here. This is where the batteries would obviously go. And I believe the TV is also adjustable to angle it up a little bit. But I guess that's it. Why don't we just turn this puppy on and play a couple games, I guess, or try to anyway. Alright, so this is the best I could do as far as filming it is concerned. So why don't we just hit start. I can really tell you this controller is not easy. trying to even figure out which is the right direction. The orientation of the controller isn't right. The button's in a weird spot. I don't know if you could see it, but I seem to remember playing it sort of more this way. But this is kind of how you have to hold it. It's better to kind of put it down on the table to play it. But let's give it a shot. See how the volume is on this thing. Alright, I think I figured out the orientation of this. So, obviously, this is Pac-Man. And the worst games created for the Atari 2600. And they thankfully included it in this. This controller is definitely not meant for adults. I do not recommend this for grown-ups or any fella that has any big fingers or hands. This is awful. Next. So we're going to play some asteroids here. This is going to be awful, I'm sure. Yeah, this is awful. I can't even I can't hit the joystick and the button at the same time because my finger is getting in the way of my finger. Just to give you an idea of what it's like, you're kind of pushing this controller with your one finger and then having to hit the button with the other. You're literally just fighting with your own hand here. There's really no good way to do it. So, as you can see, obviously, you know, they're trying to keep it small, but man, it's only going to be good for little kids. This is awful. So why don't we play a little Centipede? This is going to be awful too, I'm sure. So let's give it a shot. And I just kind of hung up in the corner. Let's play a little Missile Command. This is a game that I was always bad at back in the day. But I mean, the screen actually isn't that bad, you know. 1.5 inches, it is tiny. You're not really getting an idea of how small it is with me being zoomed in like this, but that's it. That's a Missile Command. That actually wasn't too bad. How about we play a little Tempest? Wow, this is really hard to navigate this. I can't even see what I'm doing, really. Well, that was quick. How about we play a little Combat, which I believe was the game that was packed with the original 2600. And it's just too easy. Start it. I can't see anything. I don't know if you can see that, but it's incredibly washed out. I can't see the walls on this thing. But I guess that's it for I mean, I'm not going to play Millipede and Breakout because Breakout's just going to be impossible on this thing. or in Pong. But that gives you an idea what it's like. I don't know what else to say. I guess that's it. Well, that'll do it for our video covering the Atari 2600 Tiny Arcade. Boy, were they not kidding when they said Tiny Arcade. It is too tiny, in fact. Says that is a fully functional arcade console, more like a hardly functional. I mean, if you're a little kid with tiny little hands that could use this controller and you give a crap about games from the 70s and 80s, maybe a kid will like this thing. If you're a serious collector and you just like having these things in your collection, I mean, the screen is actually not bad, other than combat where it's too washed out and you can't see anything. But it's not that bad, and the sound is actually pretty decent. But I mean, you're just going to put it under a case to keep it from getting dusty. For me, it's actually useless. I probably wasted my money on this thing. I guess I should have mentioned it. If you actually do want this thing, I got it at FYE. It's a for-your entertainment store for those outside the United States that might not be familiar with it. I got it for $29.99. I believe you could get it on Mercari for $36. Micro Mark has it for $29.95. And I mean, it was an impulse buy for me. Maybe if I would have seen it at Target or at Amazon where it goes for $19.99, maybe that would have been a little bit better. But, you know, what can I say? It was a waste of money. Maybe if somebody sold it to me for like $5, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. But I mean, if you're into this kind of thing, then go for it. Just shop around and see if you get it as cheaply as possible. But I guess that'll do it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.